Hey there, it's Miriam with Engadget, and I'm here with Vincent Paquet of Google.
Hello.
Who's going to show us something about Sprint and Google Voice.
Okay, so what we have here is basically a Google Voice account that's been enabled with a Sprint number. So as you may have seen earlier, what we did is we set up a new Google Voice account, but instead of getting a new number from Google, we decided to use an existing Sprint number.
Yes.
So the account is now set up, and as you can see, it says, this is my Google Voice number enabled by Sprint, and this is really my cell phone number. So my Sprint cell phone number is now my Google Voice number. And so when what happens is now when someone calls this phone, then not only is it going to ring my handset, but it's going to ring me in Gmail, or on, say, the iPhone is my desk phone, it's going to ring me on this phone, right? So here's a new phone call, for example. As you can see, it rings me here in Gmail. It brings me here on the Sprint cell phone and on what could be my desk phone. And so now I can take the call from here. Hello? And now I'm talking to, hello? And there you go. So what this integration does really is it gives you the ability to use, the number you use the most, your Sprint cell phone number as your Google Voice number, and get all the cool Google Voice features behind it. So now when someone calls that number, it can ring you everywhere. You can take the call on the web, and then what you also get is Google Voice will replace your Sprint voicemail. So now you get transcribed messages available online and sent to you by SMS or email. International calling for Google Voice as well. So now when I place a call from this phone, the call goes through Google Voice, and I'm being charged a few cents a minute to make calls outside the US, and then the whole set of Google Voice features.
And so I noticed you just have a simple flip phone here, so this works with any Sprint number, correct?
Yes, that's what's exciting, is that it's available, since it's done on the network side, it's available on all Sprint phones. So it works on all Sprint postpaid phones, so almost all Sprint accounts, on the exception being things like corporate accounts. But as you can see, yes, this is a very simple phone, and now when I get all the value of the Google Voice integration without the need for an app.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I think, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Cheers. Hey there, it's Miriam with Engadget, and this is how you integrate your Sprint number with Google Voice. And Vincent's going to walk us through this right now.
Okay, so here I have my Google Voice account. So I'm basically a user that hasn't used Google Voice, but I've used Gmail calling. So if I log on to Google Voice, I'll be shown this screen. And I have a button here that allows me to upgrade my account and get it to a full Google Voice number. So up to, now, the only option I really had was to get a new number.
Yeah.
With this integration, I can now choose to use my existing number. So I'm going to basically put my Sprint number here, which is, the Sprint number I've had for a while. Oh, sorry. And then I get to confirm that it's available. So we contacting Sprint, and so instead of just having an option to quote it, I now have an option to use this Sprint number as my Google Voice number. And so I can click on enable here, and it will warn me basically that my existing voicemail on Sprint will be deleted once this goes through. So I'm okay with that. I continue, and so what we do is we create the accounts with Sprint in the back end. We obviously verify that you have access to the phone to make sure that,
It's going to call you now?
Exactly. So it's going to call me, and it's going to ask me to enter this code on the phone so I can verify it.
So you're doing that right here?
So
Awesome.
38, you've entered the wrong number. And so there you go. Now I'm going to set up a PIN, which I can set up for this account.
1234, 1234.
Potentially.
No,
Accept the terms of service, continue. And now we do the full integration directly with Sprint, and you're done. And so
wow.
I'm now back to an inbox, basically. And as you can see here, my Sprint number is now my Google Voice number. So if I
Wow.
click on that, as you can see, this is my Sprint Google Voice number, and it will ring Gmail, and then I can add any other forwarding phone that I want. So I can enter my office number, my home number, and so on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Vincent.